Seretsukai no Blade Dance. Seretsukai no Blade Dance takes place at a very prestigious school for Holy Shrine princesses called Narishiya Spirit Academy. At this school, the girls train to be elementalists and try to form slave contracts with spirits so that they can compete in battles against one another. Only females have this privilege, at least until now. Kamito Kazahaya is a normal guy in pretty much all respects, except for the fact that he's the first man in 1,000 years to be able to form a contract with a spirit, which he stole from a shrine princess named Claire Rogue. Additionally, the headmaster of the school, Greyworth, has summoned him to enroll and is forcing him to participate in a special tournament that will take place 2 months down the road. With Claire demanding that he become her contracted spirit, will Kamito even manage to survive the entire 2 months until the tournament takes place?
Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some oil.
Ange Verge. The story of the card game follows what happens when Hyro Portal suddenly opened, using 5 different worlds together. As a result, various Exceed powers are awakened in teenage girls. An academy for these so-called Progress Girls is built on the isolated Saren Island in the Pacific. Hyakuren no Hao to Siaku no Valkyria. Some urban legends are best left untested. Yuto Sao gets more than he bargained for when he joins his childhood friend Mitsuki Shimoya in testing out an urban legend. When he uses his phone to take a picture of himself with the local shrine's divine mirror, he is whisked off into another world, one heavily steeped in the lore of the Old Norse myths. Using his knowledge gained from school and his solar-powered smartphone, he has the chance to bring the Wolf Clan, the same people who cared for him, to prominence, all while earning the adoration of a group of magic-wielding warrior maidens known as the Einherjar. Shining Tears X-Wing. Mysterious disappearances are occurring one after another in Tatsumi Town. Kiria has a vision from a mysterious beautiful girl with 20 ears. A book talking for an alternate world is found. And Mayo, searching for her long-lost friend Zero, comes to our world. But what she didn't expect to find is Soma and Kuraha, and even less to accidentally take them to her world. Now Soma and Kuraha have to find a way to come back. But other forces are playing their part in the darkness, and Soma and Kuraha will find that going back is harder than they first anticipated. Number 6. Genjutsu Shuki Yushin no Okoku Saikenki. After the death of his grandfather, 19-year-old Kazuya Soma, an aspiring civil servant, is left all alone with no one to call family. Out of the blue, he is transported to the Elfrieden Kingdom, a small alien country in another world, to be a hero. An ongoing war with the demon army has put the entire world in peril, and Kazuya was summoned to aid in the conflict as an offering from Elfrieden to its allies. Dissatisfied with being used as tribute, Kazuya decides to help the kingdom revamp its declining economy, not by way of adventuring or war, but through administrative reform. Genres: action, fantasy, romance. Abruptly declared the king of Elfrieden and betrothed to the princess, the realist hero Kazuya sets out to assemble a group of talented citizens who will assist him in his bureaucratic battles to get the kingdom back on its feet. Yoshino Hide is an average girl who always seems to find trouble wherever she goes. One day, Yoshino visits a local shrine to pray in order to pass her upcoming test. However, Yoshino sees a blue light coming from inside the shrine and looks inside to find a mysterious person performing a magic spell. In a stroke of bad luck, Yoshino trips on a small bell and crashes into the shrine, prompting the stranger to catch her. Upon Yoshino's capture, the magic spell spirals out of control and sends Yoshino back in time to the Sengoku era. Yoshino then encounters Akechi Mitsuhide and Oda Nobunaga. But unlike what really happened during the era, Hideyoshino realizes that everyone in the world is female. She then decides to help Oda Nobunaga find the Crimson Armor, which is said to allow the person wearing the armor to conquer all of Japan. Number 4. Seijo no Marioku wa no Desu. Genres: fantasy, romance, slice of life. Since ancient times, the citizens of Solitania have lived within a shroud of miasma, a force that brings forth monsters creating havoc around the world. When the kingdom's order of knights become incapable of containing the monsters, the Grand Magus summons a holy maiden, the legendary saint, to obliterate the horrid creatures and restore peace. One evening, as Sei Takanashi returns home from a long day at work, a magical force pulls her into a foreign world. Upon her arrival to the kingdom of Solitania, she overhears that the Grand Magus inadvertently summoned two saints, Sei and a brown-haired girl. Needing only one maiden, the prince declares the other girl as the saint, leaving Sei to her own devices. Sei sets her sight on the Medical Flora Research Institute, an establishment known for its studies regarding herbs and potions. While indulging in her latest passion, Sei has a fateful encounter with the commander of the Third Order of Knights. But little does she know, her aptitude as a saint will continue to exert its influence over her new life.
私は退場やり遂げて
Recreators. Humans have designed countless worlds, each one born from the unique imagination of its creator. Sota Mizushino is a high school student who aspires to be such a creator by writing and illustrating his own light novel. One day, while watching anime for inspiration, he is briefly transported into a fierce fight scene. When he returns to the real world, he realizes something is amiss. The anime's headstrong heroine, Celesta Eupolita, has somehow returned with him. Before long, other fictional characters appear in the world, carrying the hopes and scars of their home. A princely knight, a magical girl, a ruthless brawler, and many others now crowd the streets of Japan. However, the most mysterious one is a woman in full military regalia, dubbed Gunkuku no Himigi, who knows far more than she should about the creator's world. Despite this, no one knows her true name or the world she is from. Meanwhile, Sota and Celestia work with Meteor Asteric, a calm and composed librarian NPC, to uncover the meaning behind these unnatural events. With powerful forces at play, the once clear line between reality and imagination continues to blur, leading to a fateful meeting between creators and those they create. Kusun Madoshi Kohusei no Kyoken. Years ago, humanity almost got wiped out by huge magical armored insects that had become too strong and aggressive to handle. Because of these giant bugs, humans do not live on the Earth anymore, but in floating cities instead. However, this does not mean that everything is lost, because the wizards from prestigious floating wizard academies are fighting these monsters. Kanata Age is a young man now labeled as a traitor even though he was once praised as the Black Master Swordsman. He gets a chance to repair his reputation by instructing the team E601, which seems to be facing some difficulties. It consists of 3 girls, Misora Watale, Leki Asanok, and Riko Flamel, each with problems of their own. It appears that Kanata will get in deep waters more than once because of them.
Coming up at number 1, we have Misfit of the Demon King Academy. After sacrificing his life to create walls around realms, the strongest Demon King in the history is reincarnated again after 2,000 years. Though, on arrival, he finds out the past itself was tampered with. Calling this guy overpowered would be an understatement. He can obliterate anyone's ass in mere seconds. Gods, heroes, or even spirits are no match for him, and that too with a blunt